Right here, and then go.
Hi, Mark, I'm gonna watch you.
Yeah,
He gets so excited.
What?
That's a good one.
Okay.
I just started like this. And then Elijah starts over and he just shreds.
Like
Yeah.
he does that. You do you.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm worried about it. Yeah, it starts with you.
One more. Two more. Yes, sir.
I'm Finn Wall. I play guitar in a band called Commune.
I'm Robert, or Bobby, and I play bass.
Hi, my name is Elijah Holmgren. I play guitar.
My name is Charlie Alto. I'm the keyboardist, piano player.
I'm Marco, and I play drums. It's really nice to be in a group again that feels like we all like and respect each other, and we're working towards something, and I think we all believe in the music, and yeah, it's really nice. Like, I love that I have 4 new friends, and I love that we get to make music and play and be creative, and we all value each other's opinions, and super cool. And Finn is, great, and he writes great music, and he's really passionate, so I think that really drives the band as well. Everyone's passionate in their own way as well, and like all the guys are really inspired by themselves, and then we kind of rally around Finn to push it. So yeah, it's just so much fun to be playing again.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing with this band that's very different from other bands I've been in is just how, like, individually motivated everyone is. Like, I mean, obviously we have the group rehearsals, but, like, everyone's, like, just constantly thinking about, like, how can we make performances and the music, like, better every time. And it's so great because it means, like, I can, like, talk to everybody in the band about, like, what I want to improve, and they'll talk about what they want to improve, and we'll talk about, like, what we can both do to, like, help each other out with that.
I joined the band because, how else can I put this? There's nothing else more important to me than people I can be authentic with. People I love, people I trust. Music I love, music I trust. And a form of performance that I love and a form of performance that I trust.
I'm having a lot of fun with Sunshires and a lot of fun with Big Cars because of Bobby. Let's try Atlantic Avenue again, though.
Yeah. And we are doing last time we played it, we didn't do the key change. The key change this time. Yeah, we gotta remember.
I don't think it really gets better than just the joy you get from playing the music itself, and whatever that buzz, that feeling, that's totally taken over. Everyone in this band probably feels it, but that's taken over my life, and that's why I have the haircut that I have. It's why I dress the way I dress. It's why I do virtually everything that I do. It's just to aim to just get that feeling again and always feel that. It's literally the closest thing to being high without drugs. That's what Jimi Hendrix said, but it's just yeah, it's a buzz, and that is success. It's just living proper life of music. That's as rich as a life you get, really.
I'll be like this way.
Yeah. It was like, oh wow.
Yeah, let's practice some stuff. Just where I was just.
One, two, one. I actually don't know how to count, so this has always been a real struggle for me. I do know how to count to 2. That was the amount of times I had to do the 3rd grade. Couldn't read either. Decided to become a musician. That's how it works.
Corner pocket. How we doing, Rivoli? Come on up front, we don't bite. We just want to make you dance. Well, I don't want to do anything tonight, my love. Look at you. This next song's from the point of view of a lonely and sexually frustrated, chain-smoking 16-year-old. I remember when this used to be so easy.
I'll actually take you guys the pretty way.
Oh, okay.
It's always worth taking the pretty way home.
How long have you lived here?
I moved here around the same time I got sober, which is coming up on a year ago.
Okay.
But my family's lived here a long time.
Cool.
I just stayed in Toronto a little bit longer.
Do you live at home or do you have your own place?
I live at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved back in with my folks. Yeah, we got clean. I was like, I'll be here for 2 weeks, I'll be here for a month, so and then I'll figure some shit out. And I just like it there. I like it there, so I'll stick around.
Do you find it better than Toronto?
Not better, different. Toronto's not a happy place for me. And I mean, a huge thing is like having my family here. There's a lot of shit here. There's a lot of stuff here that I really love. Right?
You can swear.
Yeah,
I
you
just
can
wanna let
say
you know,
shit.
You're good.
Said it's just a case, smallest crime, oh, I don't even mind. Give it to me straight next time. Left me alone with the Sunday blues. It ain't all you, babe, I'm to blame too. go thinking there won't be a next time. Thank you.
So, influences, albums, artists, people that you tend to go back to.
Cool. Musically, who I find myself coming back to is, Towns, John Prine, Billie Holiday, Tom Waits was huge.
Well, my favorite band is The Strokes. I love them, and I know, like I can sing pretty much every one of their songs, and like that, Is This It is my favorite album. And there you go. That's my favorite album. Is This It?
The first band I ever formed was listening to the first Strokes album, Is This It? That album's also great because that band was learning how to play their instruments when they made that album, so it's like a good album to learn to because the parts are like pretty easy.
Supertramp, Breakfast in America. That one is mainly just because that was childhood. That was my parents. My dad was like new wave 80s and my mom was anything that sounds happy. So, a lot of Supertramp, and then and a lot of Billy Joel, which is the generic answer, but it's true. And a lot of Ray Charles. I think the album that speaks to me the most is Supertramp's Even in the Quietest Moments, because there's a track called From Now On, which is it's just beautiful music, and I stayed up so late at night listening to the piano over and over again trying to figure it out.
There's two albums that kind of solidified my identity as a musician, and one was AC/DC Back in Black. The other was Led Zeppelin 2. I heard that in the car with my dad on a road trip, and haven't quite been the same since.
Okay, I started upset. I was like bitching about noodling and then started noodling. Other way, man. You clip it on. Yeah. Could you run Big Cars or I Know a Little?
Either one.
Lady Bird. Yeah. Big Cars?
Big cars.
That'll actually see.
Oh yeah, just leave it there.
Yeah.
So the first time I ever met Finn said, "You look like Charlie. You look like my best friend Charlie, who's the piano player." And the first time I really remember meeting Charlie was the first time that we ever rehearsed before our first show. He came in, I was like, damn, this guy and me, we do look alike. I was like, this guy looks Jewish. My dad's Jewish. So I said to him, hey man, like, you Jewish? And he's like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, cool, I could tell. And then, we just talked. We were like joking. We're probably long lost cousins because we look really alike. Anyway, so we have a gig in Hamilton, and my dad is sitting with my girlfriend, and my dad says to my girlfriend, I know this woman. I'm positive I know this woman. She's like, I recognize her, but I don't know where she's from. I don't know how I know her. So he goes up to her and, I know that I know you.
And then they got to talking, and then my mom comes over and she's just like, hey, he's your cousin. They're like, huh? So apparently we were at family picnics together when we were like this big, and we don't remember.
Perfect. So cute. It's like it was meant to be, you know?
It was meant to be.
Yeah. For sure.
It's pretty wild. Also just found out that me and Bobby have the same birthday. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then, but like Bobby, Elijah, Charlie, and Finn, like everyone, I pretty much just like met 4 or 5 months ago. And my connection is through Oliver, the producer of Juma, our album. And me and him have been friends since we were like 4 years old.
That was so good. That was like.
It feels like a genius playing Sweet Child of Mine. No. There is a child who sings for me, reminds me of child, so you
join the band, I was just getting out of my own band at that time, and I had played with Finn a couple times before. We were good friends, and we were in a band called Sunday Blue, which just didn't do anything. But I always saw Finn as like this cool dude with a lot of potential, and I really enjoyed his company. And I think when it comes down to is, it's nice to be in a room with guys that you like and that you respect and that really push you forward. And I got that feeling when I saw him again this summer actually. And yeah, no, he sent me, it's a funny story, he sent me his song and he said, yo, just play a solo on this. So I just recorded a crappy little solo, send it over by phone, and he gets it and he doesn't really get back to me. He's like, oh, cool. Next thing I know, it's on his record, right? And he didn't even and from that moment, then he was like, okay, why don't you come up and play that solo live? And then next thing you know, I was like playing it the next show live. And then I was pretty much in the band. It's pretty funny.
It was just a casual.
Yeah, like there was no formal moment. He just kind of lured me in. Yeah.
Since the record came out, it has tended to be that I've written something that I've filtered, that like there's my own process the same way they all have their own process. And when I find something that I stumble on that excites me, and I think that they may appreciate or not just appreciate but really enhance, which is what they do. You know, it would be, I played solo for a long time, I still play solo, and it ain't as much fun. And it'll go in a completely different direction. And having a willingness to let it go in that direction and just pursue all angles and all roads that it may want to walk down is our process. I started this band after my time in another band came to an end, and I made some substantial life decisions in regard to sobriety and recovery. But after giving what I thought was everything I had, it wasn't what I thought. I was dead set on not playing in a band again for a long time. And I was scared. I didn't know if I could make music and write without alcohol. And then these songs started coming, and I stopped buying into the idea that you had to be fucked up to, emotionally, spiritually, physically, to write. It's the opposite. You want to be a writer, write. And then, as Oliver and I set out to make Juma, there were people in my life that I was like, oh, they're the ones who stuck around.
My broken voice will sing all night. Would you sing along? It's your lover's lullaby.
I can sing as well for the alone.
Okay, great. That doesn't matter. That's fine. I just Like, honestly, if my SG had a treble on it, yeah, I'm not patched into audio.
Yeah, I'm happy. There's one song or two songs that I'm doing solo, so I don't know if the levels will be the same. They'll be fine. Great. Then yeah, I'm happy.
Okay, great. You on an 8, correct?
Yeah, we're on at 8. I'm just getting asked if we could do one little run through or something.
Can you do a quick one?
Yeah.
Is there any fears surrounding the idea of a magnum opus? That idea that like whatever you make will just never be good enough or will never be what you want?
I think for me, it's partly, that's a big part of why I enjoy working with other people, because I think the hardest part when you're working with yourself is, like, just yourself, is it's so easy to fall into that mindset of like, you know, oh, like, constantly this is not good enough, like I could make this better, I could, you know, record like this part another 8 times and add all this stuff. And specifically why I love playing in bands is just because having the like feedback of other people, and also sometimes just having like the, you know, it's like Finn brings a song to us and like we just learn it and like whatever habits out, and then other people are like, oh, that part was so cool, and you're like, oh damn, you know, like I thought that part kind of sucked, but clearly I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It's because Bobby's never played a bad part in his life.
I don't know if that's true. But yeah, I think that's the main way, at least in this, we avoid it, is just through the collaboration.
Great, thank you.
Like, I got a friend to bring me like a kick drum and I was playing drums here and it sounded like shit. So I stole every pillow from in here and just put them all in the kick drum. And it honestly was the best the kick drums ever sounded here. It was like so incredible.
Are you gonna wear that on stage?
Huh? The TE name tag?
Should I? I'm so down. I'll wear it. Finn got yours. Yeah, so funny. Bring my own little.
Yeah, do it.
Is that legal?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
Is that legal? The cops are.
You don't want
Alright, if you get a call from work, you've got
Wait,
2 other
let me
jobs.
take this one out.
Oh my god. That is.
They're wearing that one.
I don't think I can.
I got Marco's.
Do you actually like it? Let me look at myself in the mirror. You don't like it. You said no.
Look out, sir.
Did you find them? Dude, we've
Where?
been looking.
It'll match your shirt.
Where?
Yeah.
We've been looking this whole
The
time.
real one's fat
On this
chicks
wall.
Fat chicks rule.
Wow.
Jerusalem.
And they're not wrong.
And then
UPS.
Yeah.
Apparently.
ups.
There's another.
Yeah, it's Marco and Charlie.
Lost
Yay!
Hey!
Oh, yeah, that's
That's a
crazy.
good one.
That's wild.
I've been losing when I've been losing again. As I might, I never knew when to say when. Well, I've been pushing it all to the edge. To play this lonesome game, it has no end. Ain't seen nothing yet. Now you just got me thinking on life lies less liquor and regret. Well, take a chance on me, you'll come to regret it. Well, take a chance on me, you'll lose every bet.
I promise we don't fight. Come on up to the stage. All y'all in the back, I see you, don't hide. Elijah's so pretty, come on. Alright, just a little little tune called Ladybird, first track on our record, Juma. Ladybird, would you fly on down to me? You're an effigy to all that we may be. To be born again, baptized by the sea. Ladybird, fly down to me.
When you're on stage, do you feel like the most authentic version of yourself, or do you feel like
Yeah.
you're putting something on?
No, I feel like I'm putting something on everywhere else, and then on stage is where it feels like it all comes off, so to speak. It takes too much effort to pretend.
You just feel fired up, and the same way if you're like playing a sport, then you feel that like sense of let's fucking go, let's do this, and you just get fired up, and that's the same when you're on stage.
I've thought about this before. I feel like I'm literally the most vulnerable I could possibly be when I'm on stage. But, and this is the funny part, is that vulnerable self is actually the strongest, the most excited, the most pure, and just the most real, just doing what I love.
I definitely got kind of addicted to being on stage because of the adrenaline rush of being in front of people and everything, kind of the sort of momentary nature of it, of whatever happens in this moment will never happen again. And so there's something just very fun about the spontaneity of it.
Specifically saying how when we're on stage, when we opened for Baby Jake at Adelaide, that was the show where we're in the audience and we're watching them perform after we've done all our things, and they do their whole set, and when they finish, we're backstage, and I turned to Finn and I was just like, we need to rehearse a lot. Not because we're completely shit right now, we're not. But I think it was the showmanship that we saw on stage was something to behold. And after talking to them individually, we realized that when you're on stage, when I'm on stage and I'm playing, it is the authentic version of myself. It is a very authentic version of myself that is amplified.
That's Elijah Holmgren, let me hear it for you. It's Charlie also on my right. Bobby Bisson on my left. Marco Goldblatt behind me on drums. My name is Finn Wald, and Tommy, thank you for coming out on a Monday.
It's a brotherhood. I always loved those, the band and Dr. Hook and Little Feat, where you could tell that oh, this is bigger than music. Because even though these people were in my life and I brought them together, or God or the universe brought us together, it wasn't oh, we all had third period algebra together and decided to start a rock band. It was music first. It was who's the best drummer we know. And I didn't know Marco. Ollie, our producer, grew up with him. And then I met him and I was like, I'd known him my entire life, right away. But it was music first, and then from that grew this beautiful friendship, this brotherhood. And Charlie, we met when we were kids. We were different people. 14, I was unrecognizable. Charlie, I was in gold chains and Death Row Records t-shirts, and Charlie was in turtlenecks. But we met and started talking about Zeppelin. Elijah and I started a band together when we were 15 or 16. It was awful. It was awful. It was an objectively shit band, but he and I bonded over a mutual bad, you can censor me. A badass trips and Led Zeppelin. And if that's not something to bond over, you know, as well as the music you create together, and you know, 1,000 nights of just staring at the stars and having beach fires and climbing trees. How can you not create something special together? Right?
You guys really live up to the band name.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Thank you. Here once for Tom.
We like teasing you just a bit. I remember when this used to be so easy.
The music that I like to play, and the reason why I love playing with you guys so much, is because the authenticity that we offer is not what a lot of other bands are really going for, or what they're trying to profit off of. And I think that it's just making music that speaks to emotions that are so specific, emotions that everyone can end up feeling in some way or form. And that's, I think, what we do really well.
What we strive to do.
What we strive to do really well, yeah.
Said it's just a kiss, the smallest cry. I don't even mind.
Why do you think folk music is the way to go for it?
I grew up in an Irish family where every Sunday it was in the front room, you know, playing all the songs from home, right? Songs that were here long before us and songs that will be here long after us.
I was thinking I was more than your last kiss. Now you thinking I was more than last time I gave you all. Never be what you need. Oh, and all you needed was my sex, my cigarette. Numbers of my pretty friends. Are you wasting my time? You eating your wine? Said it's just a kiss, the smallest crime.
But I do find a lot of peace in that we might be helping someone. And even if we never find out, you know, we might be. And that's enough. You know, a few people I've never met have reached out over the last 6 months that the record's been out, 5 months that the record's been out. And every time that's better than playing for a couple hundred people or hitting some landmark streaming wise. That's what I do it for, you know. Not so much the praise, but like the comfort we may be able to bring.
Take care. You got Meteor Heist for Laura Day coming up. Show them some love, yeah?
You're gonna end big cars and then you took me by surprise. I must have been so low. You played great. That was the best fucking.
Yeah, I can watch
Well,
it.
This guy's insane holding the
Good. Oh my gosh, you're so good.
There were people where I was like, oh, okay, it's a solo record, it's just gonna be me and a guitar, but Charlie should play piano on one song. He's a great piano player. Actually, Charlie should play on this one too. And then, oh, Molly Moore, who sings backup. And Grace Turner, who sing backup. And it was like, oh, Molly should sing on this. Oh, Grace should sing on this. And then before we knew it, we had a 5-piece band and 2 backup singers, you know, and even the people who aren't on the record, who were like in my psyche when writing it and eventually recording it, the first day walking to the studio, there were all these, you know, people were getting off the GO train down at West Harbor, and people had driven down, and we were all just walking over to the Catherine North studio. She used to be owned by Dan Aiken from Junkhouse, great Hamilton band. And it just popped in my head. It was like, oh, this is it. It's a Commune.
Back of the Greyhound, I'm staring out the window, watching the rain. Moving on just to go back, there's kind of nothing, just don't feel the same no more.
Can each of you just like pass the mic and just say like your name or something, just so I can check the levels?
Oh yeah.
Your name or something?
That works?
Your name or something.
Charles Ellis Alta.
Amazing.
Christian lady talking about redemption, salvation, and the end of the days. I'm missing my lonesome moon cry, my cardinals call to the northern sky. Mama, I don't mind, I'm gonna see my baby tonight.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
It'll be alright. Spin me round and we'll crash back down.
Or something.
Perfect.
Back to tradition.
Okay.
Narcissism. Sorry.
Tell my lady I'm coming